Okay, so I haven't done a video for a while, a couple of weeks, just been very busy with the end of the year at the old Merchouse spares, and obviously the online stuff, the Facebook stuff's keeping me very busy. But what I wanted to do in today's video is just go through. I haven't done one of my 200D, my 123 200D for a couple of months, and the last one I did was before I did any sort of restoration on it. Well, the restoration on it is basically complete, so I wanted to go through the work and just give you an idea of what it costs. And you can come have a look around the side of the car. So the bodywork's looking really good now. There was a minimal amount of rust, but what my panel beater said to me, it was what he really liked about it. It was the first rust. So nobody had worked on it before and messed with it before, and he could actually tackle it properly. And he came, and I had the same shell that this black interior came from. In the workshop, and he came there and he cut out sections, and I know around the back here, I think it was at the boot or something, there was a bit of rust over here, and he actually came and he cut out of that shell and he welded it in. And when the job was finished, he came with a box, a little box like this, and he said, "Kieran, these are the things I cut out." And I really like that sort of work, and certainly from the outside it looks beautiful. The paint works really good, completely rust free. It's got the new tires, I've just put in new side shafts as well, 2 new side shafts. Mechanically we did the oil pump in it. It had dismal oil pressure when I bought it, so that's been done. And obviously a service, I've put batteries and I've done all of those sort of things. Brakes I've done as well. So it's been an ongoing thing, but we'll carry on with the video. We'll take it for a bit of a drive and I'll talk a bit more about what we did and what it cost. Okay, so I've taken the 200D out. We are here on the open road, going to go do a few errands. I'm going to go pick up some speakers for the Mazda, things like that. Anyway, just going through what I've spent on it and what it's cost and what I've done. I bought it from a gentleman in Cape Town, and it was in quite rough condition, but a really nice car to start with. And it cost me, I think it was 38,000 Rand was what he was looking for the car, and then cost about 6 or 7 to get it up to delivered here to PE via Classic Transport Nadim. And it arrived and it was driving fine, but it really had dismal oil pressure. So new oil pump we put in, obviously a full service. It had a navy interior, but it didn't have navy seats. It had cream seats in here, so it really didn't look very good, and I couldn't find other navy seats. And I came across this beautiful, if you look back in the videos on YouTube, I did do a video on it, but I bought in a very nice 230 from Uniondale, and that had this beautiful black interior in with the seats and really nice door cards in very good condition. So I bought it for that. And while it wasn't bodywork, we obviously stripped out the whole interior, the old navy interior, when we sent it to bodywork, so that any hidden rusts could be sorted. And we did find a bit. We found some underneath the passenger seat, so that was all attended to properly. And and while it was doing that, the old navy dash had very bad cracks, so I didn't have any left donors. I obviously remanufactured dashes as part of my business, and we export them around the world. So I didn't have a left-hand donor in stock, so we just sent the original navy one, and this is how it turned out. I think it turned out really nicely. I have upgraded the speakers in the car, so you'll see the covers don't sit properly. It's one of my holiday jobs, getting that properly sorted out, but it's got decent speakers in there. Here's a challenge of driving a left-hand drive car, overtaking here. Let's see. Especially a left-hand drive car with all but 44 kilowatts. Here we go, let me go past. And we cane it. And we passed. And we uphill, mind you. Thank you very much. Got to thank people when you do that. So anyway, just carrying on. It turned out really nicely, the interior. So in addition to the obvious, obviously all the seats, and we've done some cluster repairs. I think I changed the sender unit on the car because the reserve light was always on, so that's been sorted out. Some nice rubber overlay mats. I've put in this very nice Bluetooth radio, so your phone can connect to it. It's got a bit of a retro look and it sounds really nice. They're available for next to nothing. I think I paid under 500 bucks for it from Take-A-Lot. So it really is well priced and it sounds really nice. I'm not going to play it now, obviously, because I don't have my modern talking CD with me. But anyway, I'm not going to play the radio. So yeah, in terms of the interior, it's more or less everything we've done. It doesn't need regulators, all of that sort of stuff worked. It doesn't have aircon and it doesn't have central locking, so I'm not worried about that. I did put the wood trim in as well that I had in stock in Old Merkei. Obviously the 200D didn't come with the wood trim. That's where the aircon button would normally be, so the donor would have been at 280 and would have had aircon. So I need to figure out how I'm going to cover that up, but that's tomorrow's problem. But anyway, moving on. So in addition to the interior, the bodywork, the rust, I've done 2 side shafts on the car. I've done, what else? Tires. I think I've done some shocks. I've done some rear springs. It was running a little bit low at the rear, so I've replaced those. I think that's about it, but I'll give it some more thought and see what it is. But all in all, and I'll give an exact breakdown of the cost a bit later in the video, but all in all, it's cost me just over 90 grand. So it's a really nice 123 for 90,000 rand. It's in good running condition. I can get in it and go anywhere. It fires up, as you see. I shared a link on my Facebook page at 12 o'clock today about how it fires up. I haven't used it at all for 2 weeks. I've been driving my other cars and I just get in and it fires up. Got a nice car cover for it because I don't have parking for it. It isn't for sale. That's not the purpose of the video. I'm just giving you an idea of what these sort of things cost. You know, you buy a car that has a bit of work needed and what it's going to cost you to sort it out. But I'll carry on with the video again just now. Okay, so now having owned this 200D for a good few months, I think I bought it May, June, somewhere around there. I've sort of got to know it quite well, and I see a lot of the comments on Facebook and on YouTube are, it's so slow, it'll take you days to get anywhere, and certainly 0 to 100 is 4.5 days, that sort of stuff. And yeah, it is very, very slow, make no mistake. But you sort of learn to live with understanding the importance of momentum in it. So if you're going up a hill and you're going along at 100 k's an hour up a hill, all you're doing the whole time is hoping that the guy driving in front of you doesn't brake at all. Because if he brakes, man, you're going to slow down to whatever speed you brake to, and that's the speed you're going to go up the hill. But if he doesn't, then you don't slow down, and you know, it's easy enough. Once you're up to speed, it's very easy to cruise along at the legal limit. There's no issue at all with that. It's actually quite refined and comfortable at 120, and there's still a little bit of room for overtaking. You know, up to about 135, and then that's it, nothing. So here we're pulling away. This car's pulling off here. I put it down into second, and I floor it. And yeah, not much happens, but we do accelerate a bit. We're in the third now. 60, let's see, 70, and there we go, 80, which is the speed limit on this road. So that's what I'm going to do. In terms of consumption though, the car is remarkable. It really is. I've done on 3/4 of a tank. I've done about 530 k's. I'm getting about 700 kilometers on a tank in it, and that's driving around in town. That's driving with a relatively heavy foot, because it's obviously you need to keep it going. You could do a lot better if you had you know, if you did things a little bit more gently. But yeah, that's what I'm getting, and it has used no oil, it has used no top up water. It always starts. I'm having an issue with the starter. Joe did pull it out and see, because obviously we didn't have a decent second-hand one in stock. So it seems like the solenoid is sticking a little bit when you crank it. So you'll hear every now and then in the startup video, just like that's that solenoid not going back. So not having one in stock, Joe did pull it out and did try and clean it up, but it sort of worked a bit. But I need to try and get a new one, and I believe Bosch do have them. So that's a job for the Dio. It works well, but that's another job to do. But beyond that, and it's really the sort of car that I feel I could get in and drive to Malawi in.
no issue at all. And it's probably fine going on those sort of roads as well, because you don't want to be going faster than 80, 100 in any case. So yeah, very durable, very as solid as any other 123, and it's just so cool. It's so different to any other 123 out there. And I was having a couple of weeks ago, I was having breakfast at a place where I had sight of the car in the parking lot, and the number of people that come up and have a look at it is unbelievable. And I think, you know, it's a combination of the engine of the car, which is a 200D, which isn't something we had here in South Africa, and the fact that it's left-hand drive. And I love the left-hand drive. You know, I've got this little goodie here. We did that video for Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. It's done 10 million views on Instagram. That 12-second clip, unbelievably. But anyway, you know, I love it. So I have the ability to get in and out of parking garages. I just stay as close as I can to the side here, and yeah, it's fun and it's easy to drive. I suppose it'd be very difficult if it was a performance car and you needed to overtake all the time. Here you don't, you just go with the flow. Anyway, I'm going to carry on a little bit later with the video.
Okay, so now that we've gone for a drive, we've done all our errands and done a bit of shopping and went to a flea market, went a bit on a gravel road. These cars drive beautifully on gravel roads, of course. But anyway, just going through what we've actually done on it and just showing you what's possible. And the reason I'm doing this video is this car was advertised for ages and it was in Cape Town. There's lots of bars, old Mercedes in Cape Town, and it just wasn't selling. And it wasn't selling, I assume, because it was a little bit rusty. And out of all the ones I've seen, it had a minimal amount of rust. There was a little bit of rust. Oil pressure was not great. In fact, it was dismal, so it was that. And the interior. And everybody was scared of that car. And we bought it. We bought it for the 36 or 37 or 38,000 Rand. I can't remember exactly what the guy was looking for. And it's sorted. And it's really a great car now. So don't be scared. If you see one, phone me. You're more than welcome to ask my advice in terms of costings and stuff like that. And yeah, it could have cost a lot more to do it as well. We are in sunny Ngqaberha, and things are more affordable here than in some of the bigger cities. But contact me and I'll put you in touch with the right people and people that can actually help you at a decent price. And of course, the old Merca spares does spares for these cars as well. But just going through very briefly what we've done in it, as I said previously, the whole bodywork, and it's really a nice job. There's no overspray anywhere. There's no sign of orange peel or anything like that on it. It's really a nice job. So that's been done on it. The rust repairs have been done. The interior has been done, and I mean the interior I really love. You know, black is not a color we ever had here in South Africa on a 123, and it just sets the car apart. Those of you with an eagle eye will notice, if you look at the headrests here, the headrests are from a pre-facelift. Now this is a 1984 200D, yet these are from a pre-facelift 123, and yeah, you'd be right. These are out of a 1977, very early 78 230 that I bought from Uniondale, and yeah, so that's where that comes from. But I just love the black. As I say, very, very unique here in South Africa, and it suits the car perfectly. So we did that. What else did I do here? I'm just thinking. Oh, side shafts. I'd been driving it for a while, and we jacked it up this past week just before we closed the old Merca. And I jacked it up because I heard sort of a funny knocking underneath, and the boots on both side shafts, on both sides of them, had split. So it was very fortuitous. We caught that before we closed. MacD just put in 2 replacements, and it's sorted. So did that, did the gearbox oil, did the diff oil. Wheel bearings are fine. Brakes we did. One of the videos I was driving along, and the brakes started overheating on the freeway, and yeah, so we replaced the calipers. So all in, it's cost me around 90,000 Rand, which is a great price for a rust-free w123 that's roadworthy. It can go through, can go anywhere. It's not for sale, as I said. I'm just giving you an idea of what these things cost. I like these manual aerials as well. Just a lot better than the electric ones. and it's not that difficult to just lift it up if you need it. But yeah, a great car all around. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy these sort of videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'm hoping to get another couple in still this year before we close.